If you're a coach, leader, or business owner, you know the power of effective communication. And in today's video, we'll talk about how to stop sounding like everyone else and start using powerful language and influence to inspire all those around you. Welcome back to the channel. This is Francois from howtobecomemore.com, and a pleasure to see you here. Now ask yourself, do you stand out in your field? Or are you the same as others? Whether you're coaching clients, leading your team, or even running a business, your goal should be to differentiate yourself. Stand out. Using the same language as everybody else just won't cut it. You need a fresh, compelling way of speaking about what it is that you do. There is new language, and it comes into play. That's where it comes into play, that new language that you create. Picture this. You walk into a room full of prospects and our team members, and then instead of sounding like everyone else, you speak with confidence, with authority, and instantly captivate your audience. How does that sound? That's the magic of mastering communication. So here are some of the secrets. Learn from unexpected places. What do I mean about this? Well, I'll give you a story that you may or may not know. Bank institutions now have a drive-through where you can get money from. Do you know where they got this from? McDonald's. They got this from the ideas of McDonald's drive-through. It says, if they're doing it, how about we adapt it to the banking industry? And they did, and it works. Do you see how expanding our what others are doing can enable us to actually being able to create new things to generate more revenue or serve people in a better way? So let's get back to it. Think about it. The best salespeople aren't afraid to borrow winning techniques from other industries. Why can't you do the same as coaches and leaders? Now, let's do this. Here's how you can improve your communication skills. Tip number 1, learn from other industries or speakers. Just like Andy Elliott said in the sales world, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You didn't know it was him that said that, right? One of the secrets of my success in sales was learning from other industries. It made me exceptional in my niche. If you only focus on your specific field, you risk sounding like everyone else, and you don't want to do that. There are incredible coaches and leaders out there that are just crushing it in completely different field. Take some time to explore their communication strategies and adapt it to you. What makes them stand out? How do they connect with their audience? Learn from this. Maybe it's storytelling technique that you find from a fitness guru, or a framework for overcoming challenges from a productivity expert. You know, those productivity experts have a way of doing things that maybe can be adapted to what you're doing. Find something that resonates with you and adapt it to your own coaching and leadership style. It'll make you grow and be more appealing. And also, as you make it your own, people can resonate and connect with you even more. Tip number 2, be you with no apologies. Don't try to fit a mold of what a leader said that you should sound like. You know, after you do the tip number 1 and learn from others, it's not the time for you to inject your personality into it. Your enthusiasm? Yes, it is. It's time to do it, to make it your own, to mold it to you. You know, Bruce Lee used to say, be like water, my friend. When I pour water in this, it becomes the glass. If I pour it in a smaller bottle, then it becomes the bottle. So you decide to pour yourself or new knowledge into you. You become you and you stay you. Water is water regardless of a container in which it's put in. Let your audience see the real you, the one who can truly help them achieve their goals the way that you show up. That's awesome and very powerful. Tip number 3, practice until you can't get it wrong. What does that mean? Well, some of you might know and some of you don't, but I'm a Canadian gold medal champion in Taekwondo. And I remember training. First, I had a 4th Dan master. Then I went to a 9th Dan master. Let me tell you, when that 9th Dan master spoke and he says, do something, he says, jump, we would jump. And while in the air, we would say, how high, sir? And tongue in cheek with this one, it's just the fact that when there's a big master, you listen to what they're saying. And then we'd go to him and say, practice a kick. And he says, you don't have it right. So what do? Cry? No, we go on the bag and do it hundreds of times. I've did over 1 million kick with each of the legs. I'm not perfect, but I'm much better than many people. Why? Because I practice until you can't get it wrong. And when you do so, you become a master and expert in your field. You've probably heard the saying that practice makes perfect, but just don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. That means a long time. This means relentless repetition until your words just flow naturally and powerfully every single time. Nobody wants to listen to someone who just stumbles over their words. Remember, repetition is your best friend. Practice your key messages, your coaching tips, or leadership insights until they flow effortlessly from you. Imagine your ideal client that's just sitting in front of you. Then record yourself delivering a powerful message. Then watch yourself again. Watch that recording. Are you making eye contact with the camera like I'm doing right now? Or are you looking up and down so people have a hard time connecting with you? This is something that you need to practice. Does your body language reflect authority? Or are you stooped over or looking down? Are your eyes moving around? You will find out by the definition of practicing. Create a Zoom. And on Zoom, it's a free account if you don't have one. And you can record yourself and then watch yourself back. Does your body language project the authority that you want? My dad used to say, in life, you can make it hard at first, so it's going to be easy for a long time. Or you can make it easy at first, and it's going to be hard for a long time. What's the difference in this? It's practice. And so we need to put in the reps, put in the repetition, do the work, take the notes, do it again and again and again, and then it'll become natural to you. Number 4, master the art of role play. Just like any athletes can practice again and again and again, leaders and coaches can do the same for their communication muscles through role playing. Stimulate and simulate different scenarios you might encounter. Practice addressing challenging questions, overcoming objections, or delivering through feedback. When you do role playing, you'll understand that these objections of people might say, I need to think about it. Okay, what are you going to say the next time someone says this? If you try to say it when they tell you and you're not sure, it's not going to be authoritative. And if you practice again and again how to overcome this objection, well, actually then it'll flow through you and people will feel comfortable. Oh no, that objection again. See, when you do like this and you're looking down, people feel it. But if someone says, I need to talk to my spouse, and he says, that's great, and you should do that. And so when you talk to your spouse, what is it that you're going to ask them? If they say yes, what will you do? I said, well, I'll say yes. And if they say no, what will you do? Well, then I'll try and convince her. Okay, so what will you say? And you see, if you practice what I just said, hint, hint, I've given you some suggestions on how to do it, it'll become natural. And whenever someone hits you with these things, objections, you'll be able to feel calm and relax because you'll know how to deal with them.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, How to Become More, for more insightful business videos like this.
There you have it. So remember, communication is a two-way street. It's not just us having a verbal diarrhea, just telling them people dumping. It's like drinking out of a fire hose. No, it's a conversation, two-way street. Tell them something and ask them how they feel about it. And so when they speak back to you, they're articulating what it is that they're thinking. Now you can understand them better. See, it's not just about delivering a message. It's about creating that conversation, building trust, and ultimately guiding your audience towards success. So the challenge for you today is to stop sounding like everyone else in your industry. Let your voice be heard, be bold, be confident. Let your communication be the powerful tool that it can be because you practice making it so. All right, that's it for today. Now, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me what's one communication tip that you found most helpful in your role as a coach, leader, or business owner. Or what are your struggles? And when it comes to communication, let me know in the comments below. And let's help each other and stand out. If you want more business tips like this, smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can never miss an upload. And share this message with someone you know. They'll thank you for it. And so am I. Thanks for joining me today. and wishing you much success. And I'll see you on the next one. This is Francois from howtobecomemore.com. Have a good one.